The FIM Supermoto World Championship comes back to action for the 2011 racing season, which kicks off in Busca, a town located in the north of Italy. The region we are in is Piedmont, very close to the French border, not that far from Turin either, and it's only about 15 kilometres from Cuneo. Well, it's the first time we've been here since 2008. That was, of course, for the Grand Prix of Alpi del Mare. Thomas Scherer was victorious that day in the S1 category. His brother Adrian was victorious in S2. Mazzarini was on the podium in S1, so too was Bernheimer. Van den Bosch was disappointing, down in 8th. So all eyes are going to be on the new riders, and Thomas Scherer as he hopes to defend his championship in 2011. Well, let's take a look around the circuit then with Paolo Gaspardoni. A long start straight here into a double apex left-hander. It's about 4th gear before you reach turn 1. Then down to 3rd gear for this double apex right-hander that starts to turn back up on itself. Kiss the curb there. Up onto the opposite side of the tyre through the left-hander. A short straight, backing it into this next right. Then we have a short burst, and then this left-hander here. This is what caught out Davide Gozzini in 2008 and left him finishing in 12th position in 2008. Then we head down the back straight. Top gear down there. Careful not to run too wide because the corner tightens up through the left-hander. Then it's hard on the brakes into this next right. Kiss the curb on the inside, drift out slightly, about mid-circuit. Kiss the curb through there as well. Then it's hard on the brakes into this right-hander before we flick very briefly through the chicane and enter the sky zone. A series of jumps there, a single, a double, a single at the end, another one towards the end of the straight. And then we have the bank turns, a couple of lines through there. Then we are over the tabletop jump. Again, about 3rd gear through there. It gets a little bit hard and slick through there as the weekend goes on, but I'm sure the organisers will be on top of the watering. Then we hit through this back straight. A bit of a chicane out to the outside of the curb. And then we have this long left-hander. That's the penultimate turn through the right-hander here. Back down the start-finish straight, and that's the lap of Busca.
Ciao a tutti, sono Paolo Gaspardoni.
Hey everyone, I'm Paolo Gaspardoni. I ride for IFG Getza Racing, and I'm happy the first round of the World Championship is held in Busca because it's in Piedmont, my region, and for sure I'm hoping for an excellent race.
Ciao.
So here we go then, the season gets underway with the European Supermoto World Championship. In pole position it was Massimiliano Porfieri, followed by Teo Monticelli and Luca Dotato, with Alessandro Tognacini down in 4th position. In the first race, well, it was pretty much a start to finish win for Massimiliano Porfieri there, number 65, and just behind him his teammate, or former teammate, Teo Monticelli, number 72. The number 89 of Marco Dondi making a return after being absent for the last couple of seasons. Well, he started in 3rd position, but eventually dropped down into 5th in the first moto. So the first race finished with Porfieri, Monticelli and Tognacini. They were your first 3 runners in race 1. The second race was a good win for Massimiliano Porfieri. He was 2nd for the first 2 laps and then went on to take another convincing win. Just behind him, it was Tognacini, again, who started in 4th position and gradually worked his way up with about half distance of the race to go. He finished in 2nd. And then it was Monticelli, who was our race leader in the early part of this second moto, but he only lasted 2 laps at the head of the field before he succumbed and eventually dropped down to 3rd. So for the second race, it was Porfieri, Tognacini and Monticelli. For race 3, it was a little bit different, because it was Teo Monticelli, the number 72 rider, who pretty much led, and it was him who took the victory in the 3rd and final moto of the day. Number 65 there, Massimiliano Porfieri, he was in 2nd. Again, those 2 riders both riding Hondas, and Alessandro Tognacini, number 13, he went on to finish in 3rd place. There's the number 18 of Anthony Fordun, the young Brit riding a Honda, and he came home in 7th position in the final moto of the day. But overall though, despite Teo Monticelli taking the win in the 3rd and final moto, the overall victory would go to Massimiliano Porfieri. And this is how the round finished this weekend. Super slow-mo there of Porphyry. He leads the championship now, 72 points. Monticelli second with Tonaccini third. Dodato fourth and Kmar was fifth. And there you see the three guys on the podium. So our winner then, Porphyry, taking 2 wins in a second. That's good enough for him to win the opening round here in Italy. Monticelli was second overall with a second, a third and a win. And of course, Tonaccini, a third, a second and a third. And that's your overall podium. But after one round, Porphyry is your series leader. He's the holder of the red plate.
Well,
for the last race, we made some setup changes to the bike, which weren't as good as we'd hoped. And from the middle of the race, they started to give me some problems. Last week, I took part in the Italian National Championship, and I'm still feeling some pain from there. My shape wasn't great, even though I've had the flu as well. And it's not easy riding all 3 races when you feel like that, but considering all things that's happened this weekend, I'm still happy with the result. Well, the PMR H2O Aprilia Racing Team is one of the teams committed to race the 2011 FIM Supermoto World Championship. Let's take a look behind the scenes to see a little bit more about this squad.
Buonasera, sono Logi Fabio.
Well, hello everyone. I'm Fabio Loggi, and I am the team manager for PMR H2O Aprilia Racing. We've been racing in Supermoto since 2003, 2004, and we started with the first race of the World Championship. The team officially is supported by Aprilia Racing, and it's a second season with Thierry van den Bosch, and our aim is the same as last year, to try and win the world title.
First of all, I still enjoy racing, this for sure, and the goal is still to win the World Championship, as many riders and many teams. So it will be not easy, but we're gonna try our best. And it's my second season with this team, with PMR H2O Aprilia team. It's our first race for this season, so we're gonna see after the race is our rhythm and how is the sitting of the bike, and we're going to try our best for the races on Sunday.
So the riders then, as they made their way round the circuit here for the second of their sightseeing laps, let's just take a quick look at the grid. Thomas and Adrian Scherer, brothers, first and second, ahead of Van den Bosch and Lazzarini, with Gozzini, Urus Nastran riding in the World Championship this year in 6th from Gaspadoni, and third place in the championship last year, Manu Hermunen. 9th is Busai with Ravaglia down in 10th, and Bartolini, Bidar, Alexis Marilus, the Frenchman, making his first appearance in the World Championship down there in 13th as well. And then we had Elias Sammartin and Massimo Beltrami just ahead of Andrea Occhini. Well, the lights went out, and as the riders stormed into the first turn, it was the number 4, no mistaking him, as he went round through the first turn in the whole shot position as the rider down on the deck. and that looked like it might have been Andrea Occhini, but up front, no problems for the fast starting number 4, Thomas Scherer. He'd got Thierry van den Bosch behind him on the 101, Aprilia machine. But it wasn't long before Thomas Scherer was doing what he did here in 2008, starting to pull away from the rest of the field. In third position, number 69, Davide Gozzini on the 7.4 Motorsport KTM this year. He was all over the back of the number 101, Thierry van den Bosch, much to the delight, of course, of the Italian crowd here. And it was only going to be a matter of time before the positions changed for second position. Look at the distance that Thomas Scherer had. Van den Bosch still there in that second position, but look at Gozzini. Remember in 2008, in one of the left-handers just at the end on the opposite side of the track of the start straight area, he lost the back end whilst challenging for the lead with Adrien Scherer in the S2 category. But no problems so far for the number 69 on a KTM this year. Hounding Thierry van den Bosch. Oh, mistake there from van den Bosch. He gets a bit of a squiggle on coming out of that right-hander. But he was able to close the door on van den Bosch. Gozzini, as he heads down the back straight. A little bit further back, Adrien Scherer. He was down in fourth position, just ahead of Manu Herminen, who didn't make a great start, actually. Herminen. Oh, another mistake there as well from van den Bosch. This time, Gozzini does go through. So the ghosts of 2008 laid to rest, because that long left-hander is where he made the mistake in 2008. The question is now, though, can he keep that second position ahead of van den Bosch? Well, van den Bosch looks resigned to the fact that he's going to have to settle for third position. There is the number 5 of Adrien Scherer. He's on Aprilia this year as well, and he's got 131 Manu Herminen all over the back of him. This is a battle for fourth position. Well, that battle would ensue to the checkered flag. And this man here, picking up from where he left off in 2010. No problems for the number 4 as he comes out of the final corner. Pulls a wheelie. It's going to be the first win of the season for number 4, Thomas Scherer. Gozzini holds on for second position from van den Bosch. Adrien Scherer is third, ahead of Manu Herminen. Lazzarini. Mary Luce having a good ride in 7th position. Giovanni Busai down in 8th. Alfredo Bevilacqua is the team manager of HM Honda Racing, and he's going to show us around his team now and introduce us to his riders.
Ciao, sono Alfredo Bevilacqua.
I am Alfredo Bevilacqua. My team is HM Honda Racing, and this year we'll take part in the Supermoto World Championship with 2 riders. We have Ivan Lazzarini. It's the 3rd year he's with us on a Honda now, so already he's found the right feelings from last year. But last year, Ivan had some physical problems, but this year, though, he's ready and motivated to start the race. The new entry is Max Verderosa. He'll ride the bike, which is close to me here. He's been riding the Honda machinery for many years, so already knows the bike. He just has to adapt to the team. We're ready, and we'll wish for a great weekend and a great championship.
Ciao a tutti, sono Ivan Lazzarini.
Hey everyone, I'm Ivan Lazzarini and I race for HM Honda Racing Team. It's my 3rd year with them, and this year we will try to conquer the World Championship, as we've never made it that far, despite I finished once in 3rd and once in 4th, so I hope this year will be the right one for me. The bikes are the same, always Honda 450, and we'll do our best. Don't miss Supermoto World Championship.
Ciao a tutti, sono Max Verderosa. Quest'anno
Hey everyone, I'm Max Verderosa, and this year I will be a member of the HM Honda Racing Team. The season will be interesting as the other riders reached a high technical level and gave a high preparation. My aim is to try and stay at the front, since the bike is very fast. what can I say? That you should just follow the series because it will be great.
Che può stare avanti.
So here's race 2 then, and the lights go out, and again the riders pile into turn 1, and it looks like Thierry van den Bosch, somebody runs on there at turn 1, couldn't quite see who that was, but number 5 in second position, that's Adrien Scherer on the Aprilia. So we have Aprilia's first and second, Van den Bosch leading his teammate, well not his teammate, but just a fellow Aprilia rider. Adrien Scherer down there in third position. Number 4 is Thomas Scherer, so he's going after a victory here in race number 2. Goes down the inside of Van den Bosch, but thinks the better of it. Completed, another lap completed then, and here we go. Van den Bosch now leads from Thomas Scherer. Third is the 121 of Massimo Beltrami. So we've had a problem somewhere with number 5, Adrien Scherer. So, don't know what that problem is, but Thomas Scherer, his brother, going after number 101, Van den Bosch. Van den Bosch almost letting in the Frenchman, the defending world champion. Oh, Alkeen has gone down, number 51. So, not good for him in the second moto. Tight line for Van den Bosch. He goes too tight though, and that allows Thomas Scherer to slingshot off the banking, coming off the Sky Zone, and he is now our new race leader. So 3 laps in, and Thomas Scherer already out in front. Van den Bosch there in second position. The 131 of Manu Hermanen. Is that him there lurking in the distance in third position? Yes, it is. So he's found a way past Beltrami. Notice the Zupin logo on the back of the Husqvarna riders' leathers there for Manu Hermanen. That's who he made his name with, riding German championships, the young Finnish rider. So obviously they're back on board with him this year. Husqvarna not fielding a factory team as such, like they have in recent years. Van den Bosch. Now then, Van den Bosch, is he still there in second? Yeah, he is. Well, 46. There's a problem there for the number 46 machine. He goes out with a puncture. Some great camera work here from our team. Well, Van den Bosch. Oh, he goes down. So Van den Bosch slides out of second position. Now that lets in the 131 of Manu Hermanen, and maybe even Massimo Beltrami as well. So we'll have to wait and see. But certainly, Thomas Scherer, no problems for him at the front at the moment. Hermanen sitting pretty there in second position. Beltrami will be third. Alexei Marilus will be fourth position. And Lazzarini down in fifth. So that will be costly for Van den Bosch because he's down in 15th position after that fall, coming out of that right-hander in the Sky Zone. But so far, so good for the number 4 of Thomas Scherer. A pretty faultless display, actually, for him. Again, comes out of the final corner. Checkered flag waits for the Frenchman at the second time of asking. So he goes on to win the second race then from Manu Hermanen. Massimo Beltrami will come over the line in third. Alexei Marilus will be fourth. Even Lazzarini fifth. Giovanni Busai in sixth. Paolo Gaspadoni in front of his home fans in seventh. And Ilya Samartin down in eighth. Third and final moto of the day then. Ralph Pever, our man with the red flag, he moves across the side, the lights go out, and 131, Manu Hermanen takes a look over his shoulders, he storms into the lead, and just on the outside there, number 4, just keeping a nice wide line there. That's Thomas Scherer. He's just there in third position, but in second place, Alexei Marilus. He's the newcomer to the World Championship this year. He's in second position. Looks like Beltrami down in 4th position, possibly. If that's the case, that's in the number 121. As the riders head into the watered Sky Zone section, over the tabletop, and look at that, coming under pressure, the 131 of Manu Hermanen. Thomas Scherer all over the rear end of that Husqvarna. There's your front two, number 131 and number 4. Husqvarna leads the TM machine. Then we have Alexis Marilus in 3rd, the Frenchman, on the KTM, riding number 10. He looks like he can fancy his chances around here as well. Oh, Lazzarini, he's up into 4th position now. Through the Sky Zone, different lines for both the riders. Thomas Scherer goes for the low line. Keeps it nice and low off the tabletop as well, and sneaks through into the lead. So could this be 3 out of 3 for Thomas Scherer? Manu Hermanen looks over his shoulder. Looks like he spun up a little bit coming out of that left-hander onto the tarmac section. So far so good then for the number 4 of Thomas Scherer, starting to pull away on that TM. There's Lazzarini, number 30, he's in 4th position. Beltrami just behind him in 5th. Where's Davide Gozzini? Well, we haven't seen too much of the Italian favourite here. Looked like he just went through off the back of the shot there. Let's see now. There's Hermanen. There's Lazzarini. Thomas Scherer, though, looking very, very good. He looked good last year, actually, at Castelletto di Branduzzo, the opening round of the Italian World Championship, the Italian Grand Prix in 2010. But things didn't go his way that day. 3 thirds, but then he followed it up with 3 wins in Germany at St. Wendel. Number 5 was in there. That's Adrien Scherer. So hasn't made a good start to this last race as Adrien Scherer, but he's up there in, well, he's challenging for podium positions, that's for sure. As his brother, number 4 on the TM. Thomas Scherer goes through, and there was Adrien Scherer going around the outside of Lazzarini. Did he make the pass stick, though? That's what we want to know. But look at that. Smooth as you like. Thomas Scherer up front. Hermanen still 2nd. Now Adrien Scherer is 3rd. Lazzarini been demoted to 4th place. As we enter the final lap here. Thomas Scherer. What a great ride it's been for him. What a great day it's been for him as well. Him and the team really pulling out all the stops here. 3 out of 3 for Thomas Scherer. He crosses the line for the 3rd time. That's a maximum point haul of 75. He is going to be your clear leader of the overall championship after the first round. He wins the 3rd race from Manu Hermanen. Adrien Scherer 3rd, Lazzarini 4th, Gozzini, Sylvain Bidard, welcome return for him in 6th, Marilus 7th and Bartolini 8th. In the overall classification then, Thomas Scherer 75 points, Manu Hermanen on 60, so already a 15-point gap at the top of the leaderboard. Lazzarini 3rd, Gozzini 4th, Marilus down in 5th place. MTM, because we've had 3 wins, they lead the Constructors' Chase from Husqvarna and KTM in 3rd. Suzuki bringing up the rear down in 7th. And this say podium looks, Thomas Scherer, he takes the top step of the podium. And John Erik Salkvist, our FIM delegate from Sweden, hands him the red plate. He is the championship leader after the first round. Manu Hermanen, he's going to be content with 2nd position. Lazzarini, likewise, in 3rd. Well, of course, I'm very happy. We did a good job today with the team all through the winter. I'm happy to start again with the TM squad. The bike made me world champion last year. I'm happy because winning the first race, it's like a present. The bike and the team provided me was perfect. And I want to say thanks to all my sponsors, my family, my trainer, and thanks for everybody for coming out this weekend. Thank you very much. So Thomas Scherer then, he leads after the first round. Can he do it again when we head to Bulgaria and Pleven at the 2nd round of the championship? Of course, we'll be there. And we hope you guys can join us. And of course, that takes place on the 29th of May. So we'll see you in Bulgaria at the end of May. Bye for now.